ornaments and then put these things into a pattern. I've picked two other words that I associate with Monte Carlo, Riviera, because that's where it is, out on the French Riviera, and casino, because it's famous for its casinos. I'm going to move this one right about there. And let's go ahead. I want to rotate this one, but first I'm going to go and create outlines again so that I can select a piece of it and copy that, which is copy, and then paste. And then I can maybe scale that up a little bit, and I'll use that a little bit later. So this thing is still grouped, so I'm going to select it, go get my rotate tool, and I'm going to rotate it from this point here. I'm holding down the Option key. I'm going to move that crosshairs where I want it. And let's do this one 360 divided by 8 here. Let's preview that, see what it looks like, and hit copy. All right, Command D, Command D, Command D, 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 and D. All right, that's creating some interesting shapes in there. I think that works really well. And let's go and place this thing. Tell you what, first though, I'm going to select this, and we can go to our outline view, and you'll see that it's just a bunch of those forms all overlapping. But we'll select it and go to our Pathfinder and unite it, and now it's just one shape. An interesting kind of complex shape, but it's one shape. All right, so we'll go back to preview. And so now when we want to select it, we don't have to worry about selecting individual pieces or parts or even leaving it grouped. I'm going to move this thing that I've selected and perhaps put it here as a kind of an accent grave, if you will, space here. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit larger still and rotate it. This is just a part of that typeface, but I'm going to incorporate it into my ornament design. So let's come here. Again, do the rotation. Let's leave it at the same rotation so that it'll fall in the correct places here. Do a copy. Oops. I need to keep sure that it is selected when I do that. Otherwise, it won't happen. All right. Go here. All right, let's do a copy of that. Now we're cooking with grease. Command D, 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 and D. So we're creating another different kind of ornament. We've got this, and we can change its selection, its color. Let's select each of these. I'll just hold down the Shift key while I click on these things. That'll allow me to add or subtract from a selection. And I can go and group those. That way, if I want to play around with some different colors, I just have to do that one time, and I don't have to keep going back and selecting all the multiple parts each time. Okay, I feel like I need something going on in here. Why don't we get just the R shape? I like the R shape, so let's make it larger. And let's see what it looks like when it's rotated right on this spot here. Let's preview this. Okay, but maybe this time we'll go with just 4 times around, which I know is 90 degrees. So copy, Command D, and Command D. That's actually creating a really interesting shape there as well. I'm going to go ahead and marquee select those. Tell you what I'll do first though is I'm going to go ahead and select these two things, the group and the object that I united. That way I can go and lock them. I'll go to lock selection. That way I can't mess them up at all. And I can go ahead and select those things. They're still type. So let's go ahead and create outlines with them. And let's do something different than the unite with them. Let's try going to the exclude. Oh, that's kind of interesting. And by excluding it, anytime you use a Pathfinder, or most of the times when you use a Pathfinder, it's going to automatically group those things. So we can, maybe we want to sample this color here for that as well. And now we have another ornament. First, we need to go and unlock so that those things are unlocked now. Now we can select, marquee select all of that and make it into one group that we can change the scale of. We'll maybe set it to the side for a second and work with the next one, which is casino. Tell you what, I'm going to do that one in the next video and then show you how to do the pattern.